Immanuel Kant, quotes, April 22, 1724, February 12, 1804. We are not rich by what we possess, but by what we can do without. He who is cruel to animals becomes hard also in his dealings with men. We can judge the heart of a man by his treatment of animals. Immanuel Kant. Act in such a way that you treat humanity, whether in your own person, or in the person of any other, never merely as a means to an end, but always at the same time as an end. Look closely. The beautiful may be small. I had to deny knowledge in order to make room for faith. Immanuel Kant. Enlightenment is man's release from his self-incurred tutelage. Tutelage is man's inability to make use of his understanding without direction from another. Self-incurred is this tutelage when its cause lies not in lack of reason, but in lack of resolution and courage to use it without direction from another. Superiode. Have courage to use your own reason. That is the motto of enlightenment. Immanuel Kant. Two things fill the mind with ever-increasing wonder and awe. The more often and the more intensely the mind of thought is drawn to them, the starry heavens above me and the moral law within me. All our knowledge begins with the senses, proceeds then to the understanding, and ends with reason. There is nothing higher than reason. Dare to think. Immanuel Kant. Whereas the beautiful is limited, the sublime is limitless, so that the mind in the presence of the sublime, attempting to imagine what it cannot, has pain in the failure, but pleasure in contemplating the immensity of the attempt. Immanuel Kant. For peace to reign on earth, humans must evolve into new beings who have learned to see the whole first. Immanuel Kant. Rules for happiness: something to do, someone to love, something to hope for. Rules for happiness: something to do, someone to love, something to hope for. Seek not the favor of the multitude, it is seldom got by honest and lawful means. But seek the testimony of few, and number not voices, but weigh them. Immanuel Kant. The busier we are, the more acutely we feel that we live, the more conscious we are of life. Genius is the ability to independently arrive at and understand concepts that would normally have to be taught by another person. Immanuel Kant. The death of dogma is the birth of morality, but only he who, himself enlightened, is not afraid of shadows. Space and time are the framework within which the mind is constrained to construct its experience of reality. Immanuel Kant. Thoughts without content are empty, intuitions without concepts are blind. Have patience a while, slanders are not long-lived. Truth is the child of time, ere long she shall appear to vindicate thee. Dare to know. Have the courage to use your own intelligence. We are enriched not by what we possess, but by what we can do without. Immanuel Kant. But to unite in a permanent religious institution, which is not to be subject to doubt before the public even in the lifetime of one man, and thereby to make a period of time fruitless in the progress of mankind toward improvement, thus working to the disadvantage of posterity, that is absolutely forbidden. For himself, and only for a short time, a man may postpone enlightenment in what he ought to know, but to renounce it for posterity is to injure and trample on the rights of mankind. The reading of all good books is like a conversation with the finest minds of past centuries. Man must be disciplined, for he is by nature raw and wild. treat people as an end and never as a means to an end. Immanuel Kant. If the truth shall kill them, let them die. Have the courage to use your own reason. That is the motto of enlightenment. Foundations of the Metaphysics of Morals, 1785. Immanuel Kant. The light dove, in free flight cutting through the air, the resistance of which it feels, could get the idea that it could do even better in airless space. Likewise, Plato abandoned the world of the senses because it posed so many hindrances for the understanding, and dared to go beyond it on the wings of the ideas, in the empty space of pure understanding. Immanuel Kant. Skepticism is thus a resting place for human reason, where it can reflect upon its dogmatic wanderings and make survey of the region in which it finds itself, so that for the future it may be able to choose its path with more certainty. But it is no dwelling place for permanent settlement. Such can be obtained only through perfect certainty in our knowledge, alike of the objects themselves, and of the limits within which all our knowledge of objects is enclosed. Immanuel Kant. In all judgments by which we describe anything as beautiful, we allow no one to be of another opinion. Enlightenment is man's emergence from his self-incurred immaturity. Marriage is the union of two people of different sexes with a view to the mutual possession of each other's sexual attributes for the duration of their lives. Coffee. Immanuel Kant. Two things fill my mind with ever-increasing wonder and awe, the more often and the more intensely the reflection dwells on them: the starry heavens above me, and the moral law within me. Immanuel Kant. The people naturally adhere most to doctrines which demand the least self-exertion and the least use of their own reason, and which can best accommodate their duties to their inclinations. Immanuel Kant.